Good evening and welcome to our Saturday night one-off special. I should bring in my co-host. Hello.
Good evening, young lady. How is thee?
Blah, 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 blah.
How is thee? Ye old
I'm
tongue.
all right. Just a bit rosy, but I'm all right. How's your day been?
Couldn't have been better. Absolutely amazing.
And tonight we have got an amazing guest, have we not?
We certainly have. Within the paranormal field, I think he's part of the paranormal family now.
Oh, definitely part of the family. He is one amazing man for many, many, many different reasons. And we absolutely love him to bits. And going to bring him on, the one and only Mr. George Schopplein.
Hold on. I'm not ready yet. I
love it.
See the song out.
Wait a second. I'm not ready. I'm trying to get motivated. All right. We are family. Wait. It's not my show. Okay. Alexa, you're being rude. Alexa, turn off. What's going on, you guys? You know what? It's my favorite song. It's that one song. You know, a lot of people listen to AC/DC, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Frank Sinatra. I don't know why. This song is so old, but I just love the groove of it. It just gets me going on any day of the week, whatever I got going on, man. So I apologize. Man.
Don't ever apologize for you being happy and being you.
Oh, I'm so happy. You know, look at Gary is a new grandfather today.
He is. Congratulations to Gary.
Yes.
Those of you who don't know.
It's awesome. Gary didn't show much, but Gary had a baby. But you know what? Cheers to you. You know, mine's just coffee, but congratulations, Gary. I mean that straight from my heart. That's important. I think that's the most important thing today, because nothing better about bringing new life into the world. Just bringing new life. It's beautiful. So that's about it, man.
Just buzz it. I will have a celebratory drink after this.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, just wait until you start changing diaper. I mean, whatever. It's part of the gig. You got to change diapers, but you know what? It's part of it, man. But I just wanted to make sure this is not about me. This is about you and you being a great new grandfather at the end of the show, guys, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys later. That's it. I'm just playing.
Dennis says, George, your family from across the pond.
Nice. Hey, thank you so much, man. I did find, let me just calm down my voice a little bit, because, I've been holding back energy for such a long time, honestly, guys. Thank you, Dennis. I have, what I saw a couple of weeks ago, if I could talk about this just for a split second, is I was dealing with something that everybody already knew about. I was dealing with cancer for about 3-4 months, and I finally had surgery that was on the 19th, a couple of weeks ago. And believe it or not, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm feeling great today. But you know what? I saw the community of the paranormal community come together and sending, love and hope you feel better and and all that good stuff. I had over 1,300 messages, and you know what? I assure you, if nobody doesn't believe in positivity or just love and light, I do believe it played a great percentage why I'm here today, feeling good today, why I'm home and cancer-free today and such. I can't stress enough to everybody out there, thank you so much for just being kind. And you know what? Don't let it stop here. Don't let it stop with me. Do it for everybody you see dealing with stuff, because we all need to be loved. And, it's very scary to be told that you have cancer, because you feel alone. You feel terribly alone. And I felt, even though I'm married and such, but I felt so alone. And because I didn't, it's up to you. It's really up to you what you want to believe in. So I'm just, honestly, I'm back, and I never left, but I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good today. I'm very good today. I talk a lot, and this is only my second show since I've been back, but we have our first paranormal investigation tonight, and we're back on the road next week for the USS Hornet, which is a battleship in California. It's been stationed.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're looking, things are coming together, but I'm just happy to be here. Karen, you have been nothing but love and light to me and beautiful from the inside out. Gary's been there for me since day one, always there for me to make me feel like a real brother. So thank you both. Thank you both.
Yeah, but George, you've
What?
been that to us. So
Yeah.
don't give us that. You've been the same with us. You're always there supporting everybody, being positive, doing your lives on your lunch breaks and things like that. And you're always so positive, and you're always so, I can't even talk.
Are you drinking a little wine? Are you drinking tonight? What are you drinking?
No, it's not the wine. But no, you're always so positive, and
I try.
so supportive of everyone else. That at your time in need, everybody was there for you, and that's exactly how it should be.
And it was, it was beyond emotional for me. I don't know the right word. I mean, I literally cried so many times. It was ridiculous. I couldn't stop, because of all the love I was getting from people. And I do try to show people every day when I do lives or whatever it may be. I am guilty of it. I'm guilty of loving people for who they are and loving people for them. And I've gone live on a toilet. It doesn't matter. It's just I have nothing. I'm sitting there minding my business. I'm like, I might as well just go live. What the hell?
Yeah.
So no, I appreciate your kind words because I do my best to just show people that even though George is filled with positivity, George also deals with real life too, and it could be really evil. But I do my best. But thank you, Karen. I appreciate your kind words.
But it's true what you said about you're married, I'm married, but it is scary, and you do feel it as much as you've got the other person that is there for you. It is scary, and you do feel alone as much as you're not.
Right.
You still feel you are because like me, you had to go to hospital on your own. You had to go in on your own. Had to wait on your own.
Yep.
Didn't have anyone there for support with you. You had to take all that positive stuff and keep it. And however you were feeling, you had to try and stay strong because there was no one else there to be strong for you. So, I totally get where you're coming from, and people don't understand that. And the fact that of all the COVID situation and everything, for me, and it must be for you, that it made it like 10 times harder because you couldn't be sat there with the one person that you should be sat there with.
Absolutely true. And that's for thousands and thousands and thousands of people right now because of COVID. You're absolutely nailed it because the day before I went live, or the night that, I'm sorry, scratch that, 10 minutes before we left to go for surgery, I lost it. I lost my mind in my own restroom. I was crying. And I said, I need to go live because I'm scared. I can actually say I'm really scared because you nailed it though, because I know that my wife couldn't go with me to the inside. She had to wait in the parking lot for about 6 hours. And and soon as those doors shut, as you know already, for anybody is, for the COVID, you go to a hospital, they are not letting anybody in, family members or whatever. If you're there, you take care of your stuff. But you nailed it though, because I was in the waiting room. I couldn't, hold someone's hand. I had to just hold my own hand and just pray, that's all I could do. But, these are difficult times, but, we're going to get by. We're going to get by. We're going to be okay.
There is light at the end of the tunnel, isn't there, for everything and the scenarios and situations. And again, as we talk about positivity, it's when you mentioned there is certain things go on out there within what we do and everyday general life is, I just throw positivity at things. And again, I always find it comes around tenfold. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Gary, look, at you and I have talked many a times, and if anybody could understand these words, and I always feel like I repeat myself 1,000 times, but these words need to be repeated 1,000,000 times. If you love your life, if you actually love your life is going to love you right back. If you love your life, you've got to really love your life and what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Your life is going to love you right back. And what got me through my situation was I was able to have Facebook and my phone with me before pre-surgery or getting ready. I was actually to be able to see people, and I felt like my family was Facebook, that I was not alone. I was able to reach out and just look at videos. And Facebook actually, it did help me that day. And it helped me that day. So, I hope that everybody understands that, paranormal investigator one day, and we all deal with stuff on a real life basis of maybe getting sick or a positive thing. Someone having a new grandbaby. It's not all about Facebook and all about paranormal. It's real lives out there. Real life is out there.
Oh, most definitely. And again, the inspiration that you bring to people, it's wonderful sharing what passion we've got as well. And it shines through again. And I always say it shines through tenfold that we are all connected, and we just have the inspirations we know our own ways that we work best. And as you're saying now, I feel a lot of people now are becoming more addictive to the paranormal, becoming more addictive to catching up with I'll share everybody's work on all things paranormal and stuff like that. It's because somebody could be sitting there and having a moment and then catch up on a program or somebody's talk or what they're going on about, and then just go, well, that was very uplifting, and that's what it's about. We never stop learning.
Yeah, and I've noticed that as we get older, as we actually get older, I find it to be, and I know there's a lot of young people in the paranormal, but I think as you get older, for myself, is you want to make sure that there is something after we leave here, and because we all get scared of. People may say that some people may say I'm not afraid to die or whatever. I am. I admit I am, and I want to make sure.
I am now.
Right. And
I used to say, oh well, what it is what it is. Whatever's meant to be, will meant to be, and if it happens, it happens. Not much you can do about it. But I can honestly say, for the first time in my life, 12 months ago, in 2 weeks' time, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was for me, because obviously your surgery was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time was when it'd be a year in 2 weeks' time since I was originally diagnosed. Yeah. And for the first time in my life, I was scared. Really scared.
And this is real talk. This is real talk. I love it because I was cancer free for 19 years. Cancer free, living the dream. And then and back in November, just a few months ago, October, November is when I wasn't feeling good. I just wasn't feeling right. And it's in the past, but I think paranormal investigating for me now, I love it. I mean, I love paranormal investigating, but is to know and to make sure that there's something after we leave here. And I know there is, but if you don't mind, I love my life here right now. Yeah. I love this life. I love this side of the veil, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, I'd rather stay here for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
for as long as possible.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm not ready to check out.
If you don't mind, I'm not ready just yet. So if you can hang on a bit longer, was kind of like the way I felt. I was like, hold on a minute, I'm not ready yet. Can you just wait a bit longer?
Exactly. So, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things we're dealing with. But I can't stress enough that if I don't know. There's many possibilities why I'm here today. Is I always have hope and I always have faith, and there's a reason, and I truly love my life, and I think that's another reason why I'm still here, and I do believe that I have something more. I have so much work out there.
You've got so much more to give, and you've got so much more to do.
Exactly.
That's why you're still here. Exactly. Too many people love you for you to go anywhere.
Oh God, well stop that. Quit it. Quit it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you know what?
It's true. No, it is.
George, soak it up.
What's that? What's that, Gary?
Soak it up. Enjoy it.
Oh, no. I admit, look, guys, I know people get kind of tired of the talk about cancer, but, it does put you in check. It really does. It puts you in check because, you just realize that, oh my God, you're so vulnerable. It doesn't matter who you are, how strong you are. It doesn't matter if you have money, no money. It doesn't matter if you're old or young. It puts you in check. And you know what? It just does. So
what I usually do over a month or so is I usually do my Reiki box, and I put people's names in there that I know are suffering inside that don't say anything, or I know people will need healing because my guide and my team are talking to me, and
yeah,
I'll always put them people's names in the healing box. And sometimes I've got a good friend on here today, chatting away to them today, and he said, "Oh, I've got one or two things going on." I said, "It's all right, you're already in the healing box." So I got told 2 weeks to put that in the healing box. So it's just mind blowing sometimes. It just really, you can, when your team's telling you stuff already, you know.
Absolutely true. The healing box is, it works. I mean, I believe, look, you're a Reiki master. My wife's a Reiki master. I'm in Reiki 2. I don't know what I am, but I'm trying to learn it. And
yeah, I'm Reiki too.
me too. But let me, about Reiki, if I may, is I did Reiki on myself. Karen did Reiki on me. I had people send me Reiki. And, Reiki has been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
I did the same thing. Yeah. I did it on myself. I had people do it for me. I had someone do a healing grid and pyramid for me.
Right.
Well.
No, it's great. And Rick, I don't mean to interrupt you because I'm just like filled with energy today, man. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Good.
Reiki is no doubt. Reiki is something that is so beautiful. It's maybe not able to, I don't know, validation or whatever it may be, but it does work. And I think it has a lot to do, and I'm probably wrong. Well, I know I'm wrong. Reiki, or anything, if you feel that if you think something works for you, your mind is going to think, oh my gosh, this is working for me. It's almost like, it's not a trick, but I think if you feel that something's working, it's going to work. And I believe in Reiki. I think, Gary is gifted. Gary Fields is oh my God, he's a guru. I mean, Gary is an amazing man. And it's like, with him being a Reiki master and him to do Reiki, I don't know what to say other than I know it works. I think it's been around for thousands and thousands of years. Why wouldn't you give it a shot? Why would you not want to try Reiki? Let someone do Reiki on you. You don't need to understand it because it doesn't matter. Because all he's going to do is pass his energy. I assume I'm right. Pass his energy of good to places of your body that needs it. It's like you can concentrate right here, but his energy of Reiki is going to go to where it's needed. And that, my friend, is Reiki's big, man. I do believe that, Reiki has been around for thousands of years, like I said, and I believe in it. And that's the start of it. You got to believe. Just believe.
I can honestly, safely say, thank you for your kind words, George. It changed my life 10, 11, 12 years ago. It totally changed my life when I got up to a certain level, and it it opened my eyes in a way and of understanding of there is something different out there. It's the only known thing to scientists that haven't got the answer of how it works or where it comes from.
But it works. And you know what? The science won't, science can be science, but, it's a proven, I find it to be a proven fact. I feel that Reiki is working on me, and that's all that matters. That's how I look at it, because it may not work for somebody else, but, for whatever reason, maybe you don't need it. I don't know. I'm not smart. But, I do believe doing Reiki on myself. My wife did Reiki on me. I had people send me Reiki. Come on, I had cancer 2 weeks ago. I had surgery. I don't feel that you're supposed to be like this today after the surgery I went through. I had a tumor. It was up in here. And I went through surgery, and I have a scar that's probably about 4 inches long or 3 inches long, and it sucks. But, considering that what I dealt with, and I'm able to be here today and feeling good today. I mean, come on,
Well, you look amazing for 2 weeks. But you did after what, about 3 days? You did a live, was it a few days after?
2 days,
and
yeah.
Compared to the pictures you put on, and you're like this,
I was
and then
swollen.
Within a few days, it was.
I was so swollen. I mean, I swelled up because they told me that my eye was going to close. They told me I was going to be black and blue on my head, my face. I woke up one morning, 2 days later, And it was so swollen. But within 2 days after that, it started going down. Now I still have swelling today, but it's slowly going away. They did some crappy. It was a surgery. I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. You know, they told me it's going to take about 6 months to a year for it to be totally healed up. I'm fine with that. I wear a baseball cap. It's okay. It's okay. So, but like Tasha just said, faith is everything. You know, faith plays a big part. Absolutely. Faith and believing. And, you know, I don't want to get like into like, if you don't mind, being a paranormal investigator or just being a human being, you know, I do believe in the higher power. That's my choice. I'm Catholic. It's my choice. And, you know, I do believe that, you know, some people reach out to God on a daily basis because they need money or whatever it may be, or they need help. And, you know, I will say this, if I can, please don't, if I could say this, just tell me I can't,
no, George, you say whatever you want to say.
Well, I feel bad because I don't like talking about politics or religion, but honestly. My thing with God is this, people. If you think God is not listening to you, he is. And what I mean by that is this. You can ask him for everything in the world and God is listening to you, but he wants you to try to do it yourself. And when it gets to a certain point that he knows that you need help is when he's going to step in and he's going to help you. So don't be discouraged if you feel like he's not listening to you, because he is. You have to remember he's our Father. He's going to listen to you. He's going to step in when he needs to. That is it. That's my, if you don't mind me saying that, because
no, that's honestly, that's what I don't really have a faith. Okay. I go to spiritual churches, that type of thing. But I can honestly say I did pray when I was ill. I did pray.
We all do. We all make deals and we all say we're going to, but we'll get off that subject. But I'm just saying that, you know what? It's a happy day. I hope that everybody can feel my energy. I hope people can just say, you know what? Oh my God, my life isn't so bad. This guy just had cancer 2 weeks ago and look at him today. You know, that's it, you know, and, you know, tonight we have our, God, I don't know when to shut up, but tonight we damn. I don't know.
This is why we get on so well, because me, you, and Gary are just as bad as each other.
You know what? I don't know what's wrong with me. I literally don't know when to turn off. I gotta turn off, man.
If anyone's got any questions there, please type them up and we'll ask the lovely George, and we can see if we can get to the bottom of a few questions. Where are you investigating again tonight, George?
Yes, so thank you for asking there, Grandpa. So you know, tonight we're gonna be so tonight's our very first investigation of 2021, which is great. We're gonna be at so it's at the Byron Hotel. Byron Hotel is a phenomenal location, and we go there. That's tonight, and that's just a one-night gig. It's going to be a blast. It's a hotel that's been around for I don't know, maybe 100 years. I'm not even really sure, but we've been there quite a few times. It's on my Facebook, but it has such beauty to it. It's worn down, but it has beauty to it. And then next weekend we actually go to the. It started to pick up now because of the the whole COVID thing, so we're able to get back out there. But we'll be at the.
All right, rub it in, George. You're able to get out. We're still in lockdown, mate. Thanks. I'm joking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but tonight's that, and we start getting. Next weekend we have the USS Hornet, which is a battleship, which is really cool. We'll be doing that, and there's many other things down the line, but I'll post those each time we're about to go. But no, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get back out there. It's like getting back on the bicycle. What's funny is I feel like I don't know how to investigate anymore because I haven't done it in such a long time because of the COVID. And, so I that was why I was playing my music earlier, because I know that I love music and it gets my energy going. And that's, everybody has their thing. Some people drink coffee and some people do music. I do everything. I don't even care. So.
And why not?
There's a few things come to me even prior to you coming on this evening as well. And I've actually written down talisman, but I think in relation, have you had a new charm or anything, George, given to you?
I do.
Well done.
I do. I have. You said a new charm, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I do. I just started wearing this. I just started wearing this 24 hours ago. Just started 20. I don't. Okay, so that's really, see, that's the stuff that blows my mind, because I say that, and I mean this, is I don't wear necklaces. I don't wear I wear bracelets that Kara makes. Yeah, of course. But yeah, you nailed it. I just started wearing this. That is so bizarre. I mean,
Also, when you go up on the investigation, you will hear voices prior to getting into the location tonight.
okay, what am I looking out for? Is it something bad?
No, you'll just sense an energy greeting you, basically.
I hope so, because I love this location. I haven't been there. We've been there a few times, but have you ever been to one of those locations, guys, where you just feel like you're drawn to it? Like, it doesn't matter how many times you go, but you love it.
You just
every
keep
single
going
time.
back. You can't. Yeah.
I can't get enough of this place. I can't get enough. So
we had that location until this week, and it's just closed down permanently.
Because really? Because of COVID?
It's being used for something else now, so
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
you can't get in there anymore. Oh, Jess wants to know, changing the subject.
Okay.
George, have you chose where you and Cara are going for your? How does Jessica? Are you stalking George? Where are you going for your 30th wedding anniversary?
Hi, Jessica. We have not. So Kara came. Okay. So let me explain what's going on here. So Kara and I have been together almost, a little bit past high school for a long time, and our 30-year anniversary is coming up in September. Thank God I remember that. And I'll tell you, we're putting it out there to everybody, where we want them to tell us where to go. And we haven't chose yet. And I'm hoping, I don't know yet. But that's the thing, though, on Facebook, is I want people to tell us where to go, because I just want, I'm hoping to meet people at the same time, but I also want to go investigate and let somebody tell us where to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But we'll probably choose by about July, because then we can start preparing where we're going. Right now, where I want to go, which I tell every time I do a podcast, I want to go to Waverly Hills. I want to go to Waverly Hills so bad. But yeah, thanks, Jessica, you stalker.
Put it on your list.
I thought I was a stalker. Do you know what? I thought I was a stalker. Jess, you are worse than me, and that's saying something.
Oh man.
I didn't think anyone could be, but looks like they are.
There's some people out, but you know what?
There's someone worse than me.
Oh, I'm telling you, as most places have been for the period, what are you hoping for the U.S.? Oh, the USS. What am I? You know what? I've never investigated the USS Hornet. I've been there on a so-called like an afternoon field trip. We've been out there about years ago. I've never investigated it, but I will tell you this: nobody's going to be on that ship but myself, Kara, camera person, and another lady, I think, and that's it. I will say this: I don't think there's anything negative there, but I do believe it's going to be a lot of soldiers or Navy gentlemen that lost their lives, and they want to be. I think they want to reach out and communicate. That's just my opinion, and I don't find it to be scary. I think it's going to be more so emotional. I think it's going to be very emotional. That's because of all the lives that are lost on this battleship or on this aircraft carrier. Sorry. Hopefully that answered your question.
Fantastic. Yeah, just reading a few of the comments.
Reading
a few of the comments.
Oh, just laughing at the comments.
Are they talking?
Apparently, Jess learned from the best. I'm the stalker, but Jess learned from the best. Apparently, she learned from me. And David is Jess's partner. He said, "Jess, you got some explaining to do." So now he's like, "Hold on a minute, what are you doing stalking George?" And Dave says, "You should see her face right now, guilty as charged, red as a beetroot."
You know what? I think we're all, you know what? It's funny. I think we're all stalkers in our own little way, because we really.
In our own little way.
We really
I'm just blatant. Everyone knows that I do it. I don't care.
Oh God, man, that's so. What's going on, Lee? How you doing? How you doing? Good. God, he's another good guy. Yes. What's he say? He goes, I still got that sports car of yours. Yes, I know. We were talking cars a while back, man. God, that was one of the things that I do love to drive fast. I'm guilty of that for sure. Guilty of that.
Coops is actually a good friend of mine, George. He's a very good right-hand man of mine. So he's like a brother to me behind the scenes.
Well, he looks like he has that look. I look at his picture right there. He looks like one of those cool guys. Like he's just totally cool looking. I may have to stalk him. We'll see.
He's a top man, technology-wise as well. Knows a lot of technology as well. So
that's
he's
awesome.
me man to go to for a little bit of technology as well that I get stuck on.
Yeah. Do you guys have any investigations other than, because I hate to talk about the COVID, but do you guys have anything coming up at all over there?
Cancelled.
July. Well,
wow.
the plan is we're coming out of lockdown, hopefully on the 21st of June. All cancelled. So hopefully we're coming out of lockdown on the 21st of June. So we'll be at Shepton Mallet Prison on the 3rd of July.
What? What's that?
And that's been on the list.
What's that say?
Draco, that's
cancelled.
Cancelled.
Yeah, it's cancelled. We should have been there this month.
Wow.
Basically, what he's saying is everything's cancelled because we don't come out of lockdown until June. So hopefully, fingers crossed, all being well, we'll be at Shepton Mallet on the 3rd of July, and that will be our first investigation.
Wow.
In the first public investigation for what? How long? Nearly a year.
Yeah, well, we're still no, don't get me wrong. We're still we do have rules out here still. We have to wear a mask everywhere we go. They are saying that, like, ballparks like soccer or whatever, we can start playing those games, but only 20% or 20%, I think it is, can only be in the stands. And that just is going to be on April 1st. So we're still under so-called a little bit of lockdown, but I think it's time. I'm afraid of COVID, but I think it's time to move on. I think we have to go slowly, baby steps. Oh, baby steps. Get it, Gary? Baby. But it's baby steps. We can't just jump in the water. We just need to put our foot in and just take our time. I mean, that's just being safe.
Yeah. Well, we've got a plan of action, like I said, and all being well, that's what's planned. But by end of June,
right,
we'll be pretty as normal as we possibly can be. It won't be normal, obviously, but it'll be normal as possible.
Yeah, well,
because I think their stadiums and stuff are opening. I think May.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I think it's May. Stadiums and stuff are opening, outdoor stadiums and stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Like I said, all being well, we'll be at Shepton Mallet on the 3rd of July, and we've been waiting for that for so long.
Yeah. Do you think? Let me ask you a silly question. I already know the answer to it. I mean, I think I don't know, but my it's just my opinion. But what do you guys think? Because it's been such a long time on lockdown, you know how excited we are to go investigate, right? We're excited. We can't wait. Don't you think? Do you feel that the spirits, spirits, do you feel they're just waiting? They can't wait to see us or be able to communicate again? What's your take on that? Both of you.
Go on, Gary. You're chomping at the bit. Go on.
in a general way, as medium, basically myself and Karen, it's just like we don't stop receiving, so we still receive when we're walking around here, there, and everywhere. Yeah. It's not a case of shutting off; it's a case of there's always a time and a place. So,
right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When I go into my normal works practice on a Monday to a Friday, I'll go in the van and I'll go off to work and I'll forget my mask because I've been on my own isolating all weekend. So to me, it's not changed. We've been in all the way along, but spiritually, we receive stuff and even like make a note of this, make a note of that.
Mm-hmm.
Things tie in for a reason. And I always find out that the spirits are really, really waiting to go. But even talking about the place that was closed down virtually on last week.
This week.
This week. Yeah, that we was talking about. we're still getting a lot of energies and entities trying to communicate and play their own little games as well. So
I've been around the house at the Gary. We've had to, but the location he's on about is literally, is it 14 miles from my house?
Wow.
14 miles, something like that. It's not that far. And we've had one of the spirits come from the location. They've actually been in the house a couple of times. Yeah, a couple of times they've actually been here. Jolene communicated with her on the one occasion.
Right.
When she came to stay. Obviously when we were allowed. And she communicated with her. And then Gary's communicated with her in our house as well, since we've not been able to go. So she must have missed us because she's been. We went for a walk, didn't we? We went to Witchbury Hill. Yeah, we went to up the hill, didn't we? And went for a walk in the woods and stuff. And because it's supposed to be known that that's where the stone circle was, that's what we were told. That's the information we were given.
Right.
There was a stone circle there, and that was related to the witches from this location.
Right.
And they came through at the woods when we were there, didn't they? Same spirits, different location.
I could spiritually
they're connected to both.
I could see the spiritual cottage like down the other side of like the hill and stuff like that as well. So it's amazing. They give you certain snippets along the way. So it's just amazing how it ties in. That location I had information about 5 years apart.
Right.
So when we was doing the virtual last investigation there, it tied in from one of the first times I went there, and it come around the public and stuff like that. So it's just unbelievable. I mean,
it's sad really though, isn't it, Gary? Because like it's where we first met. It's this location that's just closed, like as of this week. It's actually the location that myself and Eddie actually met Gary and Jolene for the first time, and where we met and became friends from that night onwards. And we've been friends ever since. And worked together ever since.
See, that's you know, it's and that's one of the things I love. I'm glad you said what you just said. You know, it's not always about paranormal investigating and getting evidence. You know, it's about starting new relationships with new friends and new family members. And you know, for like you two met. You know, I feel that's one of the best things about what we all have in common, paranormal investigating, is when you meet people and you're just connected. I mean, it's just that connection right away. I love meeting new people, but I love what you guys have, you know, Gary and you two, where you're able to have this love.
Oh, I don't know.
Friendship.
I wouldn't go that far. I just can't get rid of him. That's the honest truth. He just won't leave me alone. That's basically what it is. I'm joking.
But where that stems from is, George, is when I open one of my paranormal investigation equipment boxes, it's full of sweets.
Oh man, no, you know, have you guys tried?
That is true. It is normally full of sweets.
We're gonna try this. Have you guys? We're trying this. Well, we've done this quite before, but investigating wise, have you guys tried over there where you like Kara's gonna like we do this all the time, but she's gonna blindfold me. She's gonna put me inside a room by myself. And just sit there. I know you're probably thinking, okay, this is a little wacko, but you know, you blindfold you blindfold. It's
all right. It's after 9 o'clock. You say what you want.
Well, she's gonna tie me. She's using handcuffs. No, she. I'm just kidding. She'll get mad at me if I shouldn't tell you guys that. They have like little fur on it, so it doesn't hurt your wrist. No, no, I'm just joking. But have you guys tried blindfolding? Like when you go to an investigation, go to a room, blindfold yourself, and your senses from hearing more, you'll actually hear more. Sorry, Karen. You'll actually hear more because you're blindfolded. Have you guys tried blindfolding yourselves, like when you investigate at all?
So you mean like heighten another set? Heighten another? I can't even.
What? Wait. Karen? Do you have those handcuffs with fur on them? Are they really furry?
Whoa. Going back to the.
Sorry.
Go back to the blindfold.
Going back to the blindfold, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Retake.
We have
Sorry.
Yeah, we have done that, and also Gary likes to pick guinea pigs. Normally me, And he's done that before, where he's blindfolded me from the hub, from the break room. The last time we went out investigating, wasn't it? Actually,
Yeah.
That yes, we blindfolded me from the break room, and I got Spirit to tell me where we needed to go. Obviously, completely being reliant that they were like keeping me safe, and I wasn't going to break my neck at any time, because it was old. It was all cobblestone stuff. It was such an old building, and everything that you have to be really careful, like where you're walking when you're walking outside. But yeah, I stupidly let them blindfold me and trusted them and all the rest of it, and Spirit guided, and they took me down so far. I gave information, said obviously I'm a medium anyway, but I was being shown in the street what was happening there and what happened there like centuries ago, and they told me where to take everyone, and so I took them to the entrance and all that. So yeah, we have done that before. We do it again as well. Different locations.
How far did you actually go, Kaz? You went from the hub down the cobbled alleyway at Stratford upon Avon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you actually ended up in the attic.
Wow.
From the hub.
Oh yeah, we went into there. We said, "Wait, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?" And I was like, "Okay, we need to go right." I didn't know that I'd got to the door of the building, the front door of the building. And he said, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "Oh, okay, we've got to go right now." I said, "Don't let me walk into a wall or something," because I didn't obviously know where I was. And yeah, so I walked through, guided them up the stairs.
Wow.
And then what else? And I said, and you said, where do we need to be? And where we needed to be was up in the attic.
Wow.
The
reason I brought that up, I mean, other than, is for people that are like, I've been doing this for a little while, for a couple of days now, investigating. And, my thing is the reason I brought up the blindfold situation is I see people spending a lot of money on bells and whistles. I see people spending so much money on this hobby, whatever you want to call it. If it's your calling or a hobby, is you don't need to spend a lot of money. That's what I'm trying to get at, because people, it's hard, money doesn't grow on trees. And a lot of the bells and whistles can cost you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But a blindfold, you can just grab a tie, you can grab whatever you want, and it's almost free. So the reason I brought that up is because I want people to really understand, if I may, is it doesn't take a lot of money or any at all to paranormal investigate. Just go do what you got to do.
I mean,
just use the simplest of methods, can't you? It's old. You can go back to the old school and just use the simple methods and just see what happens. Which is what we did that night, wasn't it? We did some old school stuff and we used kit, so we did a bit of both.
Yeah.
Well, what was happening there after we've had a break? My guide on my team, I'll say, like, what we're doing next, what do we lead with, where we're going, what needs to be done. It's just said, just blindfold the wench. I mean, blindfold the witch. Blindfold the young lady.
Did you?
So I trust my team as well. So they give you the insights and the nudge and pushing you in the right direction for the next session.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. It's like I like Karen. You said you blindfolded yourself. Did you actually feel more? Since you turned off one of those senses of yours, did you feel more? Did you hear more? Did you, since your eyes were covered, do you recall feeling a lot more?
Actually, doing it like that, and I see, I sense, I hear, I see, I feel, pretty much everything. But when I did do that, I did find that I was visualizing more, because obviously I didn't have the use of my sight. So I saw a lot. No, I see anyway, cognitively, but because I had my sight took away, the pictures were more intense.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot more.
Wasn't there a chap being hung in the street by his arm?
Wow.
We had the visitation of that as well.
Right.
So what I was describing.
I remember.
I was describing to the public that was behind me as Karen was walking forward on the cobbled street. I was doing that. I was putting my hand up and I was going, I feel like somebody's in that situation. There was actually a chap in spirit then that was basically held up by the hand in the street by not being hung, but being made of what was it? Having the vegetables thrown at him and being made a public disgrace of, basically back in the day with Spirit as well.
It was interesting, wasn't it? We've also did it before, where not actually blindfolded, I think, but I've been in trance before, and I am not joking. I was like, this is my head, this is the wall. How far I was from walking into the wall and nutting it, because I was in trance, and I led the group in trance where they needed to go in these tunnels, and they just all blindly followed me. Stupidly, I don't know why they trusted me that much. They all just blindly followed me because I was trusting her, because she was trancing through me. So I just let her take over, and we took the whole group, didn't we, to a different location,
different part of that,
yeah, different part of the tunnel. And I stopped just in time before, like I said, headbutted the wall, and I literally, when they brought me back, I literally squealed because I was that close to my face was that close to it. I was like, I walked up to him. The first thing I did was hit him. I was like, I can't believe you just done that. I said, I could have walked. I wasn't going to let that happen, was I? He said, I went, yeah, but I was bloody close.
But there was a command of stop, Kaz, and you did stop with Spirit, and Spirit stopped straight away when that came along on the command, and he was nose to nose with the brick wall.
Wow.
That was scary, but it was good. It was interesting.
But you could see the other side of that wall where it wasn't there, couldn't you? You could see spiritually the other side of that wall. So that wall's been added at a later date.
Wow.
They put that wall in. So I explained what should be there, and if it wasn't for me coming back, she obviously doesn't see the wall, so she wanted to keep going. She wanted to go through because she wanted to carry on taking me to where she wanted me to go, and to take everybody else. But because obviously of the wall being there, I couldn't take them. All I could do was explain where she wanted to go and why she wanted to go there.
Isn't it fascinating though? I mean, the abilities that you both have. Isn't it fascinating to feel what you all feel? I mean, isn't it beautiful? I mean, don't you feel it to be beautiful, or do you feel like it's a two-edged sword?
I find you've got to trust your team to let proceed with what they're trying and asking as well. And is it a safe environment? I've had 4 or 5 people in trance, and I've had 3 or 4 people go for windows in an asylum where there's been no windows because it's been quite derelict. So you have to break the session, because sometimes you can have too much going on and some people being affected as well. So it's all about the respect, the balance, the control, the right time, the right place. So that comes with the professionalism of trusting your team to go along for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes of whatever that session needs to be. I've had other mediums in trance for about an hour and a half.
Right. Wow.
With different energies and entities.
We've got a recording, haven't we? I don't know where. We should have played it on Thursday. We did a whole segment about Draco Tunnels, the place we're talking about.
Right.
And we've actually got a recording where I was in trance, and there's a 20-minute of recording. It doesn't sound like me at all.
Wow.
And unless you were there, you wouldn't have known it was me. And I've tried to replicate that voice. I can't tell you how many times. And I cannot do it. I have tried so hard to try and replicate it, and I can't do it.
Wow.
Should have seen if Rosemary's there now.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's just so, that's what's really good about right now too. If I can let me just turn it around for a second, is people don't believe in para-unity. And it's one of the things it's confusing to me is a lot of people they'll say that they don't believe in para-unity, and I get it. But right now we're showing paranormal unity. Right now, it's not about millions of people getting along. It's when you're an adult, and a mature adult like us 3, let's say, and it's just you treat people with respect. You're just nice to your surroundings. Like you said, trust the team that you're with. Trust is huge. Trust is, oh my gosh, if there's no trust, if you can't trust the people you're around, find another team. I mean,
when you're basically with like-minded people, it heightens everything as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the right energy, isn't it?
Oh, it's just, again, it just adds on to the energy, just builds up. And again, I always like to get to the bottom of the story in and around the spirit. I mean, it could be 2, 3, 4 or 5 years later,
right,
when you revisit the place, but you remember all that's gone on, you know what I mean, from the times that you visited there in the past. It's not all documented, but you
right.
remember certain energies that come around at certain times, and there's certain energies that will play earlier on. There's certain energies that want to be quiet till later on in the evening as well. So you get used to it, and it's always good to revisit places to unearth different times of year as well.
Absolutely. And you nailed it, because, you know, you go to a location like, I mean, I'm just talking to you and myself, like tonight we're going to a location, been there probably a half a dozen times or more. And you know what, each time we go, it's something different. It's never the same. It's never the same investigation. But, you know, I look at it as a box of puzzles, you know, a puzzle box. And you know what, it's just a matter, you never know what piece you're going to get. And you never know what you're going to get at a location. It's almost the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you always got to walk into it, like you say. You got to walk into it, you know, like it's your first time ever investigating, because anything can happen. You know, anything can happen.
Well,
Anything.
for that investigation tonight, I've written down Lucinda 23. That might come around and about. I'm not sure whether you've come across that, a lady of that age, but a female about 23 years of age.
Okay. So
just
Lucinda, you said
yeah,
Lucinda?
Yeah.
And Lucinda, 23. Okay, 23.
Ish, age. Bear in mind, I've never met them before in spirit.
Okay, so okay, so the 20. Okay, so hold on a second. The 23 is kind of making me like this a little bit, because I have to recheck, but I'm almost positive that the hotel we're going to only has 23 rooms. But I gotta confirm that, but there's also, yeah, you got me thinking. I'm gonna have to. I like that. I don't know why the 23 is messing with me. I don't know why the 23 is really messing with me in a good way. But Lucinda, okay, yeah, man, I'm excited. I you know, it's like my first time going out investigating again, and I, you know, I you know, when it comes to you, Gary, I actually, and I listen to everybody, so don't take it wrong. But when it comes to you, I really listen to what you tell me, because you have been spot on. You know, nobody's perfect, but I'd say 99.9%. You know, we've talked many a times, and you've nailed it. You've always nailed it. You know, it seems to be. So, Lucinda, I'm gonna have to remember that tonight. And yeah, I have to.
Also, I was seeing like a longish dress, white, but it's like, I'd say lace at the bottom, but it looks like it's not flowered up. It's got like some types. I've written the bottom of it, of the dress, down. I can't actually. It looks like it's got swirls on the bottom of the dress.
Okay.
But I don't know whether it's like see-through lace, or like a Victorian.
Well, you're nailing. Okay, so you're actually okay. What I do know about the location, I what sucks. Okay, what stinks about this location for me is I've been there so many times, but I also know I've already done my research. Does that make sense? Because I've been there already. And,
yeah.
And I don't mean that. Normally, I don't want to know anything, but this one's like one of those things where we're just going to break the ice tonight. We have new equipment. We have untested equipment out. But you know what you're talking about, the lacy dress. There is a known lady out there, and
she swirls right past you. She comes right past.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I may have to show you something later on, because we've gotten a picture of a lady in a dress, and I have to show you to at another later date. But
sorry, this is her watching.
No, man, that's unreal. I mean, you're just amazing at what you do. I mean, the both of you are, for sure.
I think just the way it works is basically, as we talk in a general conversation, that's the information I'm getting that's linking in from spirit, but that's in and around yourself. I'm not reading your order or anything. It's just my guide and my team are saying they've come across this, they've seen that, they've experienced this, they've experienced that. I haven't got that in 100%. It's just about the way I'm seeing what's going on at the location. I can't see the building.
Right.
I can just see and sense what the spirits have worked with you and connected with you, and they're there waiting for you as well, basically.
I'm excited. Like I said, Gary, I listen to you. When you talk, I listen. I'm the student. I'm sitting in the audience. You're the teacher. And I'm sitting here in awe because that's the highest respect that I can give somebody. I look at you as my teacher, and I'm a student, and I'm listening. I'm listening to everything you're telling me.
No, I just love the intelligence of spirits, and I have got a few sayings. Again, it's like life is too short. Life is what you make it, and also it's nice to be nice, which is great. And when you are nice, I always think, it's free. Things come back in more different ways than what you'd expect as well. I just buzz loving working with spirits and what my team tell me.
Wow. Gosh, I can't. You got me excited about this whole thing tonight. I know I keep on talking about it, but it's like I just can't wait. I'm too excited, man. I'm way too excited.
I'm going to ask Karen if she can sense Rosemary.
Rosemary?
The witch from the tunnels.
I'm not talking to her. She can stand there and she can stay there, and I'm not talking to her.
Oh my
End of
God.
conversation. We're not having a conversation. I've had a couple of glasses of wine. I'm not having a chat now.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have to say something? Because I was ignoring her. And I have been for the last 20 minutes.
Oh, but she is there, isn't she?
Yes, Gary.
That's scary, man. That's like bizarre. Do you know if Gary, can you sense anything at all more about this? Because I got to get going here in the next couple of minutes. And I do apologize. I got to get our equipment packed up and stuff. Do you sense anything more about tonight for me?
When we talked about going back to basic, I don't know what locations you're going on. Try a candle, just one candle, and a flame for yes or no will go one way or the other. So you've got to determine, yes, the candle flame will go that way or that way. I've had a candle flame shoot up about 5 or 6 inches. But also you can work with the response. If you're in, I don't mean like tonight, but if you're in a cell or anything like that where there's none, like, you don't want to catch fire with anything, do you? You know what I mean? It's got to be in a safe environment. But I think you're going to get some amazing responses with the basic stuff as well. But that's, I think, is like if you're in a cell again, just try a naked candle and work with a yes or no, decipher which is the yes and no, just like a pendulum. Okay. But with tonight, again, I just do feel that notepad is going to come in very handy for people to be taking the you were just going to say that, wasn't you, Kaz?
So annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm here.
He was speaking for you. He was speaking for you. That's just, I mean, Gary's great, man. He's great.
I was waiting for him to finish, and then I was going to say it, but he started now, so you can finish.
Oh,
that might also represent some automatic writing as well. Is that what you're going to say next, Kaz?
I'm going. Right, thanks everybody. Good night.
Right. Yeah. See you later.
I was going to say, make sure you've got a notepad and pen, because I feel like someone needs to sit and do some automatic writing tonight.
There's a 4-digit number as well, which I think will come out. It's 4862. 4862. Don't know what that is, whether it's a 4862. Again, the numbers can be mixed up in and around any alternative way. I don't know.
Dennis, not funny. Dennis, ventriloquist. It's not funny.
No, my hands are here.
But he does it all the time, George. It's so irritating. I go to say something, I start a sentence, and I can't ever finish it because he has to finish the sentence.
Doesn't that make you mad?
It winds me right up. The worst one is Jolene. We do very rare, Jolene and I do interviews together. We love doing interviews together, but when we do, she steals my questions.
You know, Gary
I'll go to ask the question. I'm like, I've got all this list of questions ready to go.
Right.
And Jolene will she'll ask the question. I'll look at her and she'll go, "You're going to ask that, weren't you?" And I'm like, "I was going to ask that, yes." I'm like, "Stop stealing my questions, get your own." So he talks for me and Joe asks my questions.
Gosh, dang it, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, I got to get going. I do apologize.
I was going to say, you've got to round it up. Time's like upon us. You've got to get sorted and get going for later on.
Yes, and then, but yeah.
if you dig that photograph out, we'll put it onto the end of the comments on this as well, and see if we can got that the picture of the laced lady.
Absolutely.
Also, as well, before you go, George, I was seeing like an old phone. Possibly the number might be in the middle of the phone, if it might relate like that. You know, where you got the old number. I'm just seeing an old style phone as well.
Okay, for tonight.
Just generally out there. Do you know what I mean? You might see that number in a few weeks' time. It might be on the center of an old phone or something.
Well, I don't need to jot it down, but you said 4862, right?
Yeah, 4862.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, George, for joining us tonight.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me on, and maybe next time
no worries.
We'll have more investigations underneath our belt, and we can have and then be able to talk
about. Get Cara on as well. That'd be great. We'll get Cara back because I love talking to Cara as well.
Yeah, maybe Tara and I will both come on next time if that's okay with you. She was at work today, so that was tough. And then we'll just handle it from there. She won't get a word in. She won't get any words in, but
no, I know. But we still like her to come on.
Right? All right, you guys. Well, hey, thank you for having
Cara
me on.
love. You take care. Have a fantastic night.
All right.
And we'll catch
Pleasure
you
as
soon.
always. Stay safe, stay strong, have fun.
Thank you very much, you guys. Take care of yourselves and get some sleep. No more wine for you, and congratulations, Gary, on the new baby.
I'm going to open a bottle now and toast wet the baby's head, as we say over there.
Right.
I already have. I did it for you ages ago.
Oh shit! All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. George. Take care. See you soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, thank you to George for joining us this evening. Thank you all for commenting, joining in tonight. It's very much appreciated. Bearing in mind, it is like a Saturday night and we not normally come on. But as you all love George just as much as we do, when he asked to come on, we weren't going to turn him down. Not a chance. So as you'll see, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, coming up tomorrow night, Frankishly Speaking, with special guest Richard Case at 8 o'clock. And it is Barry Frankish's first show. His first show tomorrow night on the Keep On Chatting Network. It's his brand new show. Richard Case is a fantastic guest. Gary, you've interviewed Richard in the past. You part of the festival, didn't you? So they'll definitely be in for a good night, won't they?
They certainly will. You know, just a vast amount of knowledge and experience there to tap into and share people's experiences and what they've come across, which is amazing.
Definitely. So,
lovely, Richard.
Yes, like I said, tomorrow night, Frankishly Speaking, 8 o'clock. Special guest, Richard Case. Monday night, you've got GF Uncensored at 7 o'clock with Kaz Kelsall. Gary will be talking to her about mediumship, her gifts, and investigating. Then at 8 o'clock, you have got the Collective Conspiracy Show with Kieran Woodhouse, and his guest is Matthew Williams. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, Heavenly Helen Hour. Next week, she will be talking to us all about Feng Shui. So get involved with that. Wednesday night, we've got a packed week next week. Wednesday night, we have got the Frosty Witch back. We've got Liam and Chris back doing some more teachings next week, Wednesday at 8. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. You won't remember all this, so get on the page, have a look, like the page, follow it, and then you know what's going on. 7 o'clock Thursday night, free readings. As always, every week, we do our free readings, psych and spiritual segment, 7 o'clock every Thursday night. And then at 9 o'clock, you get to see, that face again at 9 o'clock on Thursday night on the open mic hour. Please remember, guys, open mic hour is your hour. It's about you. It's about your subjects. It's your conversation. You come on screen and talk to Gary and have a chat. Gary, I'll let you take over.
Yeah, please inbox us with any topic or subject, any photographs you've seen or anything that's, if it's a piece of equipment or anything like that. We'll certainly try and look into certain things. And I don't do research, but if I've been in and around the place, we'll talk about it. But think about your questions and put it out there and share it, because we are in lockdown, aren't we? So again, a lot of people do have time on your hands. So get a little bit of homework done between now and 9 o'clock next Thursday. That'd be great. Much appreciated. But again, it's for you.
It's your show. At the end of the day, guys, Open Mic Hour is about you, the public. It's you, the audience. And also, if you ever want to come on Gary's show on the Open Mic Hour on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock, if you want to be on Gary's show and you've got a subject that you want to talk about, or a location you want to talk about, or evidence you've captured, just let us know. And Gary, I have you on. Just send us a message and let us know, and we'll sort it out for you. Not a problem.
It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 minutes that you want to be interacting, but what happens then is the show builds, people ask more questions, and then it expands on that as well. So there might be 2, 3, or 4 people that want to interact, and that's what it's about. It's amazing.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. Like I said, catch Barry Frankish tomorrow night. Please give him your support. Like I said, it's his first show on Keep On Chatting tomorrow. To show him your support and back him. Make sure you follow our page. Make sure you share out our lives. And like I said, get involved. That's what it's all about.
And have a little look as well on YouTube, because there's loads of stuff there on the Keep On Chatting platform as well that we've come across and we've interviewed as well over and done things over the last 6 months, 7 months, 8 months as well. So we are building. Karen and Jolene doing a fantastic job, and the team. The moderators as well. Just keep going, guys. You're doing a fantastic job.
Right. Thank you, everybody. That's good night from me. Good night from him.
And it's good
Granddad
night from him.
Gary.
Still 21.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Very much appreciated. Take care and see you all soon.
See you soon.